Alright. This is my love for the V phones as far as LGs because I had quite a few of them. You know, I started with the V10, as you see on the left. I'm filming with the V20, which I have in my hand. And I have a V30 that's on my right side. I mean, very lovely phone, may I say, but I just want to give my opinion on what's the best phone. Now, of course, when it comes to the V10, that was my love. You know, I started with the V10 phone, and I liked the the rail, design on it. Nice back. It felt good. Far as an LG phone, because a lot of people shit on LG and say Samsung, but LG surprisingly had a decent phone as far as the V10. But unfortunately, like I stated in the video before, that when I came home one day and I started messing around with it, it got hot. And then when it got hot, it boot looped. And it kept boot looping until it couldn't turn on. Now, sometimes it will turn on if I put it in the freezer for a long period of time, but after maybe 2 minutes, it'll cut back off. And I've been trying to get this phone repaired because I got important things on here, but unfortunately, everybody says they don't have the parts. I mean, even though I know you can order them yourself, but no phone shop is going to fix that phone. And I had the chance to buy another V10, and it's super cheap. I seen some for $100. But I'm scared to touch one because I don't want to get another boot loop. Now, in my hand, I have a V20. And when I went to a contract phone with the V20, not the V20 I have in my hand now, but I went to a contract with the V20. I think it was Verizon. And the V20 I liked. It has a lot of the same features the V10 had. I mean, it wasn't the same design, of course. I mean, it was a little bit more lighter. I mean, the Snapdragon processor was a bit higher. Camera was a bit higher. I mean, you still had your IR blaster. You could still, cut off TVs and, things like that without a remote control. And that's what I liked. I mean, it still had the second screen. And the V20, to me, it was a good phone, but I ended up losing my V20. And I got another one replaced, I guess sent to me. And then when I got sent to me, I was looking at the V30 right here in the store. And I'm like, damn, I mean, that's a nice phone. So eventually I went to a different carrier to get the V30. And this is just not a V30, it's a V30 Plus. So, I guess the V30 Plus has more internal memory than the regular V30. And so I went and got the V30 because the Snapdragon was an 835 instead of 820. And I say, hey, the camera mode looks real smooth. I like the camera mode. I mean, it gives you the filter options, and I mean, it looked decent. But when I really got to know the phone, I was starting missing my V20. The reason why I say that is because even though the V30 has a better Snapdragon, like I said, 835, it has a decent wide angle camera. I mean, the wide angle camera on the V30 is a lot more better than the V20. Let's see here. Like, with the V30, for some reason, when you, with the V20, when you put it on the widescreen mode, it seemed like it was kind of like trapped. I mean, what I'm saying? It was kind of like, you can see that was like a circle type of deal with the V20. But with the V30, it had a better wide angle. And that's what I like about the V30. I mean, of course, you got your modes, you got your filters, and the things that such. Like, you got all this, vintage, violet, vivid, urban, and I mean, you can customize it. And that's what I like about the V30. You can do that. But see, personally, I use a couple good apps like Viva Video Show. I even use KineMaster. If anybody heard of KineMaster is good. You can edit movies and photos that way, and you can actually find a way to get it for free online. But from what I see with the V30, this is my experience with the V30. as I was saying, the V30 says it's water resistant, dust resistant. I mean, I got into the pool with my daughter, and I was trying to get like an underwater video, you know, because I think it was kind of cool when certain people go under the water. I dipped my phone in the water for about, I'll say 5 seconds. You know, I started getting moisture alerts. My phone started getting hot. I mean, my V30 started getting real hot. It's not this V30, it was my last one because I had to get it replaced. So it started getting hot. And then it got to the point that the screen was flickering. And then it was saying that the camera was starting to fail. Like I said, what the hell's going on? I mean, I see folks online on YouTube putting their V30s in washing machines. But I put my phone in the water for 5 seconds. It started flickering. And it's telling me that my camera is not working. I mean, my front camera is fine, but my rear camera was saying it wasn't working. And I was getting kind of mad. And so the phone cut off. And the only reason why I know it was still live, because even though my charger was lighting up, my phone didn't cut on. So I said, okay, the phone must got some type of light. So I had to stop, get some rice on my gas station, dip it in some rice, soak it in some rice for about 4 hours. It didn't cut on for 4 hours. So, I mean, I believe the rice helped me out. And everything came back to normal, I mean, with the V30. So I was like, if the phone's supposed to be water resistant, 5 feet of water for 30 minutes, why did it give me an issue when I even put the water? I mean, if I would have kept recording in the water for longer than that, that phone might not even been working. I mean, I might have had a defect in V30, who knows? Well, if you think that you have a water resistant, but I think that's the difference between water resistant and waterproof. I mean, I think personally these phones are not really waterproof. They just say they're water resistant, but I believe that water still can get in some of these phones. So I wouldn't trust putting no phone in the water unless I got like a waterproof case that will protect my phone. But a couple things I liked about the V20 is, like right now, I have widescreen, you know, as you can see the letterbox. And that's one of the things I love about taking videos. I love taking videos and photos a lot, is the widescreen letterbox. You know, with the V30, you don't have a letterbox option. You know, you have a cinema option as far as the V20 when it comes to, you know, HD, you know what I'm saying, full HD, you know, and you have letterbox option. And to me, letterbox makes the video look very most cinematic. So I went onto a YouTube channel and I asked this guy that was talking about the V30, I was asking him, did he have the letterbox, you know, like what they put in the movies? And he kept going around it. Then he said, well, unfortunately not. And to me, that's a step backward, you know. Someone has to go on Adobe or go to an app to try to add letterbox to the video when it should be done through LG, you know what I'm saying, to the LG software. And that's one thing I did not like about the V30. Another thing I didn't like about the V30 is you couldn't have an external battery. Because, I mean, I had a Nexus. I had a Google Nexus. And unfortunately, it was used. But after 2-3 weeks of using it, the battery would go from 100% to 1% and it would die because it was a bad battery. So let's say if I have a V30 and the battery goes bad, what happens? I'll have to get a new power to get a new phone. Or I have to pay a lot of money, if possible, to get the battery repaired. But with the V20, you know, I could actually get an exchangeable battery, a fresh battery. I mean, even now sell extended batteries for the V20. So if the battery go bad, or if I just want a different battery to switch up, you know, if my battery getting low, guess what? I can switch it with the V20. And that's cool, you know. And another thing I didn't like about the V30 is IR blaster. The V20 got IR blaster, the V10 got IR blaster, but the V30 don't. So you can't prank your friends. And a funny story, with my V20, I pranked one of my friends back in Little Rock, and I was in her living room, and I actually set the, you know, remote control on my phone to her TV, and I kept cutting it off, and everybody in the house was like saying, "Ghost, ghost, ghost, ghost! There's a ghost in here!" And I'm just sitting there laughing, and every time they look at the TV, I would just cut it off, and they'll look for the remote, and they had the remote in their hand, but I would just cut it off, and I just think that was hilarious. I mean, but with the V30, you can't do that. You know, you couldn't. I ain't saying prank folks, but it's just cool to have an IR blast, to have a remote in your hand, and I mean, just in case if you lose your remote or something, you have a spare remote, which is your phone, you know. So I can say this about the V30. It has a better Snapdragon, like I said, 835 versus V20's 820. I mean, the games on the V30 plays a lot smoother. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, it plays a lot faster. I mean, I had emulators on my phone from PlayStation, the PS2 emulators, Game Boy emulators on my V30. They play a lot faster than the V20. You know, it looks a lot better than the V20. I mean, look at that. I mean, it looks like almost like a Samsung phone, like an S series or something like that. It's a beautiful phone. But from everything I said, I mean, I know there's a couple other things I wanted to compare, but you know, of course, you got, like I said, non-removable battery. You know, you have glass instead of, you know, so you drop your phone real good, it's going to crack. And I did that with my last V30. I dropped it on the floor, even with the case, and it cracked from the front. And I mean, it's supposed to be a military drop, but whatever, greater glass, I guess. But if I had a chance, but not to mention, I'm sorry, I bought this V20 in my hand right now for $199 in Oklahoma City from a place called Twister Wireless. I mean, a lot of places will actually sell V20s for a lot more, but these phones are IMEI guaranteed, and they're not blacklisted, and they're guaranteed to work. And it's hard to find a V20 for that cheap, especially when you know it's actually going to work, and it's unlocked. So I don't have to be bound to a contract to have a nice, decent phone, you know. So I think that was a good deal. But if I had a choice between the V phones, I would choose the V20. I mean, I haven't had no boot loop issues with the V20. I haven't had too much problems with the V20. I mean, I just wanted it to be a little faster. I mean, I didn't want to root my phone, of course, because I didn't want a chance of overclocking my phone to the point it's bricked, you know, because if it's bricked, you're screwed. But other than that, I have no complaints about the V20. And like I said, when I first seen the V30, I thought it was going to be a significant difference with camera and everything, but it's really not. I mean, it's good camera quality, but the V20, trust me, if you got a V20, stick with the V20. And I guess unless you just want it for the looks, I mean, and the wide camera, I mean, the wide camera is better on there. But everything else, I'll stick with the V20. Alright, thanks for watching this video. Have a good day.